All right, shalom to the elect. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000. I'm the brother Yawanathan, back with another quick lesson. Lord willing, is edifying. And over the last couple of days, I've been seeing a lot of news, YouTube videos, brothers' lessons, etc., articles concerning how America is basically getting shut down. These big business, these big corporations that these so-called American people thrive off of and survive off of, they're either raising prices ridiculously beyond, affordable means, or they're just altogether closing down, whether it's because of bankruptcy, whether it's because of how Target claims, so-called theft, losing billions of dollars due to theft, quote unquote. So, through the Spirit, I want to do a quick lesson on that, because the Lord said that he was going to do that to this place. And, everything that's happening is leading to the great big event, which is the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, Jeremiah 30:7. All right, so yeah, let's get into the scriptures on it. I got these articles here concerning Rite Aid. They're about to close 150 stores. They filing for bankruptcy. And we all know Rite Aid. We all know that basically everybody in these societies, wherever there's a Rite Aid at, that's where you're going to go for your pharmaceutical, medicines, or drugs, should I say, snacks and, delicacies and things like that. That's a major stronghold, economic stronghold in America. Pharmacies, and what is it called? Like, Dwayne Reed's and CVS's and those type of stores. So that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign for the economy. That's not a good sign for unemployment. And ultimately, like I said, through the Spirit, this is the Lord basically closing this place down. He's shutting this place down. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19:1. The burden of Egypt. This Egypt is not talking about ancient Egypt. It's talking about America, Babylon the Great, or spiritual Sodom and Egypt. All right, Revelation 11:8, as well as Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. The Egypt that is talking about that our people had to go into captivity again with ships is talking about America. All right, it's talking about the transatlantic slave trade. Revelation 11:8 is talking about the Israelites, how they're in a dead state here, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And it refers to this place being spiritual Egypt because we are in bondage. All right, us as a nation of people are in captivity under the so-called white man. And we're yet this day in our captivity, Baruch 3:8, because we're subject to payments. We're subject to taxes, which is basically another way of saying tribute, just like in the ancient Roman Empire, how they made nations or other countries tributaries. All right, so that's a form of slavery. That's a form of captivity, even though we don't have chains and, we're not picking literal cotton from fields. We're still in slavery. All right, and the Lord said this is the burden that he's going to bring upon Egypt for what they're doing to the Lord's people. It says, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So the Lord's saying he's coming to visit this place. All right, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is coming to visit this place that you call America, or the United States of America. And he's coming to basically destroy this land. All right, destroy the inhabitants of the land as well as the physical land. All right, because the prophecy says that this place is going to be made desolate. And how is the Lord going to do that? First and foremost with the missiles, all right, nuclear destruction. But when he said he's coming upon a swift cloud, it's talking about a chariot. All right, Psalm 104, verse 3. A cloud is a metaphoric way of how the Lord said he maketh the clouds his chariots. All right, it basically is talking about a vehicle. Now, what is the vehicle that the Lord is coming in? What are the vehicles that the heavens, the angels in heaven, the celestial beings, what is the vehicles that they travel in? It's not airplanes. It's not helicopters. It's called UFOs, so-called. All right, it's called in the Hebrew, marakab. All right, vehicles. So by those vehicles, that's how the Lord is coming back, all right? He's coming back with the holy angels. He's coming back to basically invade, like how they, the so-called white man portrays it, alien invasion. And what's going to happen when he does that? All you peoples, your witchcraft, your idols, your false religions, and all the things you trust in, including the American government, is going to fail. It's going to collapse. And it will not be able to stand against the wrath of the Lamb, Yahweh Shai. You see? Because he's coming to shake this shit up. Excuse my language, but that's what it says, man. All right? It's going to be moved, and the spirit or the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So you people are going to have no idea really what's going on, and you're going to be in a state of panic and confusion. And I will set the, Egyptians against the Egyptians. So this is talking about what? Civil war. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, so there's going to be all-out civil wars throughout America because there's going to be famines, food shortages. There's going to be, economic trouble. People will not be able to afford, the necessities of life because of hyperinflation, a full economic collapse of the American dollar. That's coming soon. So that's going to cause these people to fight against each other. The Lord's going to put the spirit on these so-called American citizens, whatever your nationality is. If you're here in America with citizenship, you are basically under this category of being an Egyptian. All right, because you dwell and you basically took on the spirit of America. Even though you may be from Indonesia, you're not keeping the customs of your forefathers. You're not keeping your religious and cultural traditions here in America. You're being absolved into American society. All right, you basically have now become an American, an Egyptian, if you will. So the Lord's going to put the spirit on these people to destroy one another, man. That's in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. They're going to be, people are going to be going against each other with the sword. It tells you that. All right, so it says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. So what's happening? What's really happening right now with all these store closures and the bankruptcies and the rising prices? What's actually happening? All right, this place is getting shut down again, man. We about to go under a next lockdown that's going to be worse. And what they're doing is they're subtly bringing it in. They're not just proclaiming a lockdown like they did in 2020, for that event. You know what I'm talking about? They're not doing it that way. The way they're doing it now is right underneath you people's nose, man. All right, it's a subtle lockdown. It's a subtle shutdown. It's a subtle foreclosure. Everything must go sale. They getting everything out of here, man. They saying the quality of the food. When I was watching this video, the quality of the Costco food. Costco is supposed to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, wholesaler in America for as far as the public access to it. Anybody can go in Costco with a membership and get things for cheap. But what's the value if you're getting something for cheap if it's poor quality? That's what people are pretty much complaining about. This video was like a compilation of different Reddit comments. People in the Costco subreddit basically making all type of complaints about how what they're doing to their own customers is destroying their finances. These people can't even keep up, and then they're complaining about how the fruits is going bad quicker, the food is spoiling faster. It doesn't taste as good, all right? And it's just not the same quality, but they're raising up the prices still. So what is happening, man? You people are getting ready to go under a full lockdown. And it's not going to be like the first lockdown. This is going to be much worse. You will not be able to afford food and water. You worrying about running to the supermarket to get packs of toilet paper, you morons, man. You idiots. Paper towels and toilet papers. You're not going to even be able to get food. You won't be able to afford a slice of bread when the economy hyperinflates. All right, when the dollar hyperinflates, when them interest rates go up to 200% like Venezuela, then you people are going to really feel it. But by then it'll be too late. All right, it's happening right under your nose, and you're not going to realize it till you're actually in it. Okay, that's what the Lord is doing to this place, man. That's how much he wants to destroy you people. Remember, Isaiah 19, this is going into the visitation of Yahweh Shai in America. So whenever somebody's coming to visit, there's a preparation for that. How much more the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, all right, the heavenly Son of the Father, the heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, how much more his visitation? The scripture tell you is going to be, he's going to visit you with earthquakes and all type of destruction, man. And when you see uproars of the people and, all these bad things happening in the world, that's when you know that he's going to be near to come. Okay, so this is all a sign that Yahushua ultimately is coming. All right, Luke 12, and I think it's 51. I have not come to send peace on earth. No, not that one. I think it's 48 where it says, matter of fact, let me just get it. Let's just grab it real quick. This is Luke, 12 and 49. And it says, I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I if it be already kindled? So the Lord is already starting this thing, man. All right. When we read about the prophecies of how America is going to be destroyed in 1 hour, that's a literal 1 hour. And that's going into the missiles and that final day of judgment, so to speak. But nevertheless, we know that, prophecies is measured. Second Ezra, the 14th chapter explains it. I think the 37th verse. Prophecies come in measurements. So that means things don't just happen, out of nowhere. It's a gradual build up towards it. All right. It's a conditioning towards the events. So that's the process we in now. Like you said, if it be already kindled. All right. There may be a little tiny flame, a little fire, and you ignore it. And guess what? That could burn your whole house down. So that's what's happening right now. The fire of America's destruction has already been kindled. The economy is already destroyed. You can watch endless videos on YouTube of these financial, scholars, so to speak. Lack of a better word. People that really study the economy and really understand how things work, from the central bank on down. And they can tell you that it's already through. Like, there's no recovery for this place. And that's what the scriptures tell you first and foremost. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. All right, there's no going back, man. This thing is only going to get worse. All right, stuff is only going to get more expensive. And like I said, look at other countries in South America as an example of what's to come here. All right, to America. Just look at those countries as an example. Because it's actually going to be worse over here, man. You people over here, you very low IQ. You don't have any survival skills. You never had to struggle for the most part. Jake is the only people that's really going to be built to survive some of this, man. But even then, it's ultimately a divine, heavenly judgment. So the only ones that's going to survive is the elect. All right, the elect of the nation of Israel. That's the only ones that's going to make it through these times because of the grace of Yahushua, the grace and mercy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, to deliver us in the times of trouble. Job, the 5th chapter, it explains that. So let's go back to Isaiah 19. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. So in the midst of it means like it's just a regular ordinary day, but the spirit of this place is through. The Lord have snatched America's soul, man. It doesn't have the same spirit that it had before the pandemic. All right. And it will never go back to normal. You people are expecting normalcy. This is the new normal, man. And pretty soon excuse me, it's a lot of noise in the back. And pretty soon, when anarchy and chaos breaks loose through the streets of America, then you're really going to know, man. Then you're really going to know the spirit of this place is failed. All right, all the little quotes and the mottos that so-called Americans live by, that's all going to go down the drain. All this pretending to be a Christian shit is going to go down the drain. You people are going to become savages because you're not going to become savages. Excuse me. You people are savages. You people are low IQ, savage like beasts. All right. And the Lord is going to reveal that within you when you don't have nothing to eat. All right. You're going to have to tap into your animalistic instincts, and you people are going to be eating each other. You're going to be doing all type of things that you would never, ever in a million years dream that Americans would do, because this place is just so prestige, right? It's just such a glorious kingdom. But that should be, the fact that the Lord is destroying it. It should show you that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Excuse me, there's another truck coming by. I'm about to wrap it up anyways, but that should show you how powerful, the Lord is, man. Because it's not even to say it sarcastically. This place was a golden city. It was a great, vast, powerful empire. It used to be. Now it's on the decline. The spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of hosts. So Yahweh Shai is going to be the one that deals with this place. He's the Lord that's going to set the judgment against this place. He's going to sit in that seat, all right, as being the son of the Most High, the right hand of the Most High, who carries out the will of the Most High. Like it says in the scriptures, you know, he's comes in the volume of the book, and it's written of him to do the Father's will. So when we read about how the Lord is going to do these things, he's going to do it by way of his son, Yahweh Shai. It says, jump it down to verse 14. The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. So you people are in a state right now where you're like a man that's beyond drunk, wasted. You know, you're vomiting all over yourself, all over the floor, and you just can't get it together. All right, you people just won't be able to get it together. This is the final blow. This is the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai judging you wicked ass people here in America. You demons, man. You so-called white people, all of you heathens, and you 2/3 of Israel. This is the time of your judgment, man. The Lord said he gonna fuck you up, man. All right, and you already know. If I'm sober and a drunk, staggering dude vomiting all over himself is trying to come up to fight me, what the hell you think is gonna happen, man? These people will not be able to survive. All right. They say even if it, you know, and Lord willing, I don't mean to even say if, but when the power goes out in America, you know how many people is going to die right away? They got like all the numbers, man. Because they know that you people will not be able to do anything. They know that the majority of you Americans are not ready for an event like that. And that's exactly why they're going to do it. You see, more people is going to die this time, man. The so-called pandemic, man, that was child's play. You know, that was a kids playing in a sandbox. You about to really see, man. It says, in that day, Egypt shall be like unto woman. I'll skip the verse, excuse me. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So even top CEOs of companies are resigning. Got interrupted by a phone call. I don't know what was the last thing I said, but in general, the Lord said there's not going to be no work for the head or tail. It's talking about the top, CEOs, so to speak, top, the people at the top, and the people at the bottom is like your regular employees making minimum wage. There's no work for anybody, man, because the Lord is completely foreclosing America. He's destroying the spirit of this place from the inside out. All right, until it actually manifests physically, by America physically being destroyed. It says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto woman, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. So that's pretty much the point. The Lord, he's going to shake this place up, and he's already doing it. And these people, they're not really concerned with things like this. They don't really see this as a big deal, but until you feel the consequences of it and you're in it, that's when you're going to realize, and it's going to be too late by then. All right, when the next time you go to the supermarket and you thinking you got your EBT or whether your check or whatever, you think you're going to get a certain amount of food shopping done with that particular budget that you used to, and you're only able to walk out of that supermarket with one thing, then what are you people going to do, man? See, hey, man, Barakatah Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. We've been waiting for this time, starting with the apostles, of course, for years. We've been waiting to see these events, and now it's finally here, man. All right, call Allah Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Keep your eyes open, brothers. Keep watching. But this thing is definitely going down. All right, we at the finish line. You can feel it. And things is about to heat up rapidly. And it's going to appear, especially for these people, it's going to appear like it came out of nowhere. But we've been watching, man. All right, we know the will of our Father and the Son, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. We know the will. All right, so it's our duty to always be a vanguard for this truth and always, keep our eyes open, man. Be watchmen and always reporting on what you're seeing in the spirit. That's exhorting to the elect, man. The elect, they're going to learn this truth. They're going to believe, and then all hell's going to break loose and America's going to be destroyed, while the elect simultaneously are delivered and protected in that time. So with that, I'm going to say, call Allah Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. I hope and pray you were edified through the Holy Spirit. And Lord willing, I'll see you in the next lesson. To the elect, Shalom.